America has a problem.
Pick up another you call in the parking lot in Tucson. Are you with me? We're standing with the roof gone. I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Then you can get a move on. Like you haul, and I know you need to go slow.
Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. I know this is like the fourth live today, and it might be a fifth one. It's okay. But I promise it won't be long. I wanted to talk about this because I'm seeing this a lot lately, and it's not to bash this woman. I have respected her work, and she was starting to grow on me in an era, and now that we see where she stands and where she feels. And okay, so let me say this. I had liked this woman because the woman empowerment, the way she was encouraging women, and to now see her sit with people that will hurt women about their rights and taking away their rights. And now to see her, as you can see, it was her husband in the picture, okay? And she ain't cropped that out and put that man over her husband's body is wild to me for President's Day. It's disheartening to see because we have watched a woman who won countless awards. And we got to pick up the good side before we go to the bad. And we have watched her speak about women empowerment, say things that we can relate to on certain things, sympathize with what happened to her in her life and all those things. And then the bad side was she liked to have beefs. She liked rap beefs. She liked to normalize that it was normal. She liked to normalize that, okay. And now that we're looking at it, we have to be honest. If we can look at Tyra Banks' situation, we have to look at Nicki Minaj's situation as she's the queen of rap and she does a little simple hazing into the rap community. Let's be honest. It's a little hazy. Ooh, let me pick on you to see if you can hit. You know what I'm saying? We have to be honest. To where she had a big fan base. Her fan base was countless and thousands of people that would push up on you, docs, defend Nicki to the core. And now we're in a space, like I said, she's now beefing with others, going against women's rights. And we're in a space to where we saw her talk about this man and the things he's have done as an immigrant. And now we're in this space to where the fans, nobody give a fuck about fighting with the fans. Like nobody. The fans can say so much. It's come to the point with the Barbs that nobody cared. I have never seen, I was on Threads. Usually you talk about Nicki, it's a plethora of people coming at you. Since then, the Nicki pages have been annihilated. Not only have she's been annihilated on those pages, there are people that work with her are now coming out. And I feel like people do deserve, if you don't like her or not, Cardi B, some apology. Because she did come out and say that the girls were talking about Nicki and telling her business. We're going to get into that. But a lot of people are starting to say, she's a mean girl. I've worked with her. I've been trying to say this. We never signed anything. Every time, and a lot of people are like, well, why are you saying it now? Well, let me say why. Because of the Barbs. The Barbs would either get you canceled. They would sit here and make sure you're not supported. They will sit here and call you out. They will dox you. And then on top of that, you have other people that want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? That you want to work with. You don't want to seem like that you're just that type of person. And I think now, because of where Nicki is in her career and it's declining, we have to be honest, it's declining so bad that this woman has said, hey, I ain't gonna release no album. I know y'all ain't gonna. I know after today, after me being vocal, y'all don't want to hear from me. And it has nothing about being vocal. It's one thing to stand up for the people that support you, put money in your pocket. But I think what people are missing is when they say, oh, she has the right to speak. She does. But it's another when you sit here with the man who is saying, let's be honest, have the gray area of racist undertones, have the gray area of making sure children, we've heard RFJK say it, he a line off the toilet and he's just fine. And oh, well, young kids got a more stamina than the older people, and trying to make it to where it's Department of Education is no longer, they're not teaching really education in schools. Let's be clear on that. Education for the children is targeted, minorities are targeted, and for her to sit here and tell Black women that they should hold their confidence and love of being a beautiful Black woman, where we're experiencing colorism and we're having these conversations to another white woman and ponder and say they're beautiful just like you don't have to normalize being a beautiful Black woman, I think is the problem. I think what people are not thinking of in this sense is that Nicki has always been the mean girl, and there's always been an undertone of the mean girl, and I think people are starting to now catch on to it. Like Retyra, she gave us a good girl complex, but she was always the mean girl. And then we're hearing Nicki say, oh, they're picking and bullying him like they bullied me. And then sit on the couch with a woman who don't like the Black community and have a conversation about the Black community and say, oh, they're sitting out. The reason we're sitting out, Miss Minaj, is because you, with your grifting and not the non-support that the Black community has gotten when it comes to this administration, when it comes to the racial ambiguous, when it comes to indigenous, when it comes to the racial, not even racial, being more loud, that it's not white enough when it comes to these corporate jobs. And then one of your fans sit here and tell you that they're going through a hard time because you support this administration, you cut him off and you put him on mute. When it comes to professionalism in the workplace or what they deem is not professional, it's a lot. Black women losing their lives and you're pushing to be pro-life. And then we find out that you have a Latina woman at the border with a child that has bronchitis and declined for that child to get any help. The fact that the death rate for Black women in this country of childbirth is crazy. And for you to sit here and say, oh, yeah, and they have nothing for that. The fact that they call Blacks DEI hires. We're trying to understand. But anyway, let's get into how now people are starting to say that she's hard to work with. And I'm going to share some videos. And even somebody that's on her team, that's her stylist, has came out and said the truth. And a lot of people the Barbs are mad at him because of the fact is, that he's telling the truth. And I think a lot of people are not having the respect for the Barbs anymore and how crazy it is. So we're going to start with Don't Call Me White Girl. And then we're going how she said on her podcast, she was doxxed by the Barbs. And we're going to continue. I think that a lot of people just are not scared of the Barbs. And it's the Barbs can sit here to show deep threats, unaliving threats and stuff. People are not bothered.
I feel like I wanted to get on this podcast and try not to beef with the Barbs or whatever. I don't want to keep talking about Nicki Minaj and what she got going on and what she doing, because I really think that the bird has left the nest. You know what I mean? Somebody will write me oh, you still got her fucking name in your mouth. It's just first of all, today, the only thing that I wanted to say was to them gay people that are super, super Barbs, I know they feelings hurt. I didn't see all of the interview she did, but now I'm starting to catch some of the clips. And one of the clips, she's like, boys, it's okay to be a boy. If you're born a boy, it's yo, that's crazy. She's just not, it's just damn, I know that's hurtful. I just feel bad for the kids that love her. No, I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about the gay people. The kids, the dolls. I know that got to hurt. I don't want to hear you think pieces about how you don't give a fuck and you still a bar. I know it hurt that your mother abandoned you again. I get it. It was crazy. I feel like I wanted to get on this podcast and try not to beef with the Barbs or whatever.
They're not scared of them. I mean, people like saying stuff and they're just like thinking. I had one person in a comment try to tell my hanging up flat screen. I say, girl, we don't care about that anymore. Like, we really need y'all to understand that we do not care.
Worker has revealed what Nicki Minaj is really like and has shared his story about working with her. In a video, the worker explained that they were not under any agreement and decided to speak openly. They said one specific show stood out as unusually stressful compared to most events they handled. The worker claimed the arena was far from full that night. They said tickets were heavily discounted on the day and only around 6,000 seats were filled in a venue built for over 20,000 people. They explained they were responsible for preparing dressing rooms in advance. This included shopping for food and drinks based on detailed requests, which they described as very extensive. According to the worker, Nicki did not arrive until late into the evening. Opening acts were already performing, while staff were told she was still in Miami, trying to travel to the venue. Things became more tense once Nicki arrived backstage. The worker said she demanded that all staff stay out of sight with lights turned off and barriers added throughout the area. The worker said this was extremely uncommon in their experience. They explained that most artists are friendly and comfortable around staff, making this situation feel awkward and stressful. They
A lot of people saying that the way she has treated artists behind the scenes and she still think about a Grammy is crazy. And people don't understand when people do Grammys, there are artists saying who they want to have, picked. Yeah, exactly. And then let me say this, Mary. I don't know why she expect for him to protect her when we see how he's throwing his people under the bus and he don't protect nobody. I'm not understanding why people still need the validation from a man that has showed plethora of times to save myself. I don't care who you are. I would throw you under the bus. I got to be saved. And she's going to have to learn the hard way. But a lot of people were saying that celebrities would just not say anything to her because of the way she treated them very nastily.
also shared frustration about wasted food and supplies after the show ended. According to them, nearly everything prepared for Nicki's dressing room was thrown away. But before you go, I want to know, is this what you expected from Nicki? An arena worker.
A lot of people say they weren't surprised. I'm going to play another video. And I'm going to show that some people are saying they never got treated negative by Nicki, and we're going to play that.
Minaj shoot. Like I had my little 3 seconds in there, but
Okay.
I never
That's it?
at first I wasn't gonna post about it like on Instagram, but then I realized like damn, like a year ago I didn't think I was gonna be even in the same room as Nicki Minaj, like so just being a part of that was like very big for me. And then maybe like 3 weeks ago there was a casting for Cardi B and I got it.
Wow.
So hopefully I get my little 3 seconds in this video. But
wow.
so shout out to Cardi B, and it was for her song with Party. That's Megan Thee Stallion's boyfriend.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm in it for like a little bit, but that just seeing Cardi and her talking, I must say she's very humble, very nice.
How close were you able to like?
I was
get
very
her?
Okay. If I'm right here, Cardi literally was like right there from where that stool is, like, right there,
you.
and I'm just there, like, and I'm staring at her. I'm like, oh my god, like this is Cardi B.
But she's
like,
a regular person too.
I want to be honest, and I want to say something. Have you guys remembered the girls that would do a song with Cardi would feel like they had to pick a side, and if they couldn't really say they like Cardi or they like Nicki, and they have to do a feature with any of them because it would be a problem. Like people feel like you pick a side, right? Or you have to say something to pick a side, and I think the pressure of that was a lot for people. And I feel like it's a lot of, artists that came out that won't even come out and mention it, like with Megan Thee Stallion. And then as it came with Megan Thee Stallion, right? We see that, Megan got talked about. She dissed Megan. And then it was, oh, well, Megan did this and Megan did that. But they worked together. Like the moment she worked with Cardi, it was, oh, you picked a side. I don't want to deal with you anymore. And it's kind of like, that's y'all fault. Like, I'm coming in the game doing my thing. Like, well, I got to pick a side of who to work with, you know? That's just how I feel about it. I mean, a lot of people felt that way. And then we would see the tension of one is on, the girls on this side, the girl on that side, and the girls that sit here and say, well, I still like Nicki, even though she chumped me off. Nicki would pay them dust. Like she had JT fight for her with the Cardi situation. And then when somebody say, are you going to praise JT for that? She say, F JT. So it's kind of like, bitch, what the fuck? This is why a lot of people say, let her fight her own shit. Shit.
That's when I realized these celebrities.
Yeah.
I realized that these are regular people, like honestly. So,
I'm glad she was nice. Was
so
Nicki nice?
Remember, I did a Nicki Minaj shoot. Like I had my little 3 seconds in there.
So this came out after Sir John. We're gonna go into Sir John in a minute. And what he had to say about her. And a lot of people was mad at Sir John, and then this came out. Now they're kind of mad at her stylist, who has said nothing. You're gonna report my page? Well, thank you. Hold on. Okay. So as I was saying, Sir John Sir John has sat here and said his piece. And then the stylist came out and said theirs. Now, this is what made people a little upset. So let's play this.
That's glam. She can't keep a glam. She's a bitch.
No, she cannot.
She can't keep a glam.
That's a bigger issue.
We out
here.
We need the ponytail back. Oh, what ponytail? The connect line? The pink one. I don't think her edges is giving half. We gotta check my sister here, her real hair.
Well, if she want to wear her real hair color, call her some sacred.
Yeah, ever since she was doing that wet hair, we said we want to help the hair grow. This is sacred. Nah, because ever since she started to do that wet hair, she was trying to blend it. I saw the day, but just a little shit. What, during the Vogue era? Yeah, she fucked up. That's what I was done with Tay. Yeah, she fucked up. Because Tay let her do this shit. Like, Tay, what are you doing? You can tell her. Drive the bus, Tay. Because you can tell by the baby hair. Drive the bus. Tay did not take no control. Tay was the baby hair. So the thing was, though, she was thinking that she was eating it so bad that I had to just like, when somebody think they're eating it so bad, what can you say? You're not eating. So you didn't say no.
Remember she made her ears.
No, that was the worst time of my life. Don't bring that up. We don't talk about that.
Now, remember when Cardi said that the only people spreading her business were the people that she has worked for her. And now I'm like, what's really going on behind the scenes, girl? They telling your business. They're telling your business. They're coming out. When I saw this, I knew, and first of all, y'all can't say I'm slandering her because I have talked good things about her, but we got to be honest. When I saw this, I say, what is going on? Who did this? Did she do this or did she not? We only see this. What is this? What is this? This is an old photo. What is this? We saw the side like, okay. And then we get to this, like, girl, what the fuck? I say, I might not rock with the motherfucker no more. But I have to be honest. Who did this? I said, okay. Something is not right. The makeup, when she said at Turning Point, I knew was off. I started noticing a lot of things that was off. Hey, and I started to notice the patterns that we're specifically seeing this. What is going on? And then to get this, and that people don't want to work with her, that she's hard to work with. What is going on? For her to end her career on this note is weird to me. It's sad to see because my issue with her is, why do you feel like this man is going to protect you when he is in a hot seat himself? Like, let's be for real, girl. If you really knew what's really going on out here, you would be running for the hills and just fight at this point. Because what that man been doing and how he's been running is not accurate.
When she did the curly wig herself, and she made the video in the studio with the t-shirt one, and she had the curly hair. That's my 9/11. We don't talk about that. That's my 9/11. I went through a lot of shit, but that's my 9/11. Remember she was gonna say she ain't. Yeah, my sister can't get a kick. That's my bitch. She can't keep.
I want to know from the Barbs. I even asked them multiple times. I will drop the link. Why do you think Trump is to protect her? If I show y'all proof how Trump is, why do you believe that Trump will protect her? What in your mind says he's going to protect her at all costs? I want to know. And I would drop, if you can come in the comments and say, I'll say it. I would drop it I would drop the link. Because let me tell you something. There is no protection. I want you to pay attention of the women he's throwing to cover him right now and how they take the heat and he feels like they don't. I want y'all to understand that. So let's go into Sir John, because getting protection from him is not going to win. It's not going to do anything. I want to play what he said on Nicki, and then we're going to get into how others feel. But she has been losing a lot of supporters, and the Barbs are really like really, they're not, you know what I'm saying? They have no spite for anything. They just, it's like, what are y'all fighting for? And that's how people feel. And this man been in the game for years. I remember one of her stylists she framed as, with no proof, that he was stealing money from her credit card. He didn't steal any money from her credit card. Let's see. Let me share this. Okay, let me share the screen. We're going to talk about this.
Abuse so many of my peers.
When you say abuse,
I don't like my lip gloss. I'm going to wipe it on your shirt. I don't like that you saying, hey, after you set everything up to do an amazing video, everything is set, and now you say, I missed my dad's wake. I have to go to the funeral. He's already dead, isn't he? I can go. I'm trying to give you an edited version. I remember Hype Williams. He asked me, can I do something for him? I'm like, yeah, bro, whatever you need from me, just name it. It's all good. I want you to do some makeup for Nicki Minaj. Hell no. No. I have turned her down more times than a little bit. A shout out to the Barbs, whatever. I love all you guys. I just don't think she's a really nice human. And if I know that, I'm not going to allow you to push me in any way. And I've seen her abuse so many of my peers.
There were artists, makeup artists, who said, even designers came out and say, yeah, he's not lying. It was one woman that was a stylist, and she stopped styling because she said something, and the Barbs just felt like attack. Just like they're doing with Kelly Rowland. And a lot of people was like, are you serious? Because she didn't mention her name. When she dissed her, she did not diss her. She just said who she thought. Let me tell you something. It's plenty of women that she did not name in that conversation. She did not name Glorilla. She did not name Lotto. She didn't name a plethora of women that have came out. She didn't name Ice Spice. There's a lot of women who are rappers. Bia. She didn't name none of them. She did not name none of them. She only named them 3. She did not give a whole list of women that she would love with. She didn't name Queen Latifah. She worked with Trina, but she didn't name Trina either. There's a lot of women that she did not name. I'm trying to understand, why do y'all feel like that was a diss? I'm still missing the point of the diss. She didn't name a lot of people. She didn't name Eve. I'm just trying to understand. Missy Elliott. She didn't name Doja Cat. She didn't name none of them. That, let's be fair, it wasn't a diss. And for y'all to call her ugly, that's a stretch. Okay.
Abuse, and I'm keeping it real. That is something where to suffer that much abuse, it's just not okay.
No, she's missing like a sensitivity chip in her brain. There's something wrong.
Everyone has a price, and there's no money that I would take for abuse. So many of
Now, a lot of people have child, I had that still playing. There were people that agreed with Sir John about her. There were a lot of them. I don't know if it's, I just saw it. Let me go to it. I'm going to play this guy video. Let me share this.
Minaj didn't do this because this is crazy. I want you to do some makeup for Nicki Minaj. No. I have turned her down more times than a little bit. A shout out to the Barbs, whatever. I love all you guys. I just don't think she's a really nice human. I've seen her abuse so many of my peers.
When you say abuse,
I don't like my lip gloss. I'm going to wipe it on your shirt. I don't like that you say.
And another thing, I see a lot of the Barbs saying, oh, with Jay-Z in the files. I want to explain something to you. I said this before and I say it again because I know y'all in here watching. I want to educate you. That's a redacted. I'm gonna show y'all where an Asian man just came out after this. It said that he read the unredacted, meaning it wasn't fixed. And yes, the orange man name that she supports is in there. It is not celebrities. It is the people that make decisions over your life. That's why people are pushing to vote. It is people that probably are your doctors and surgeons. Those type of people. Your lawyer. Yes. I really need y'all to start paying attention why this is so important as well. Because y'all saying do the SAVE Act, majority of y'all don't have your passport. I just said today it takes 20 to 25 days. It takes 20 to 35 days to get a birth certificate unless you go up there and pay for it. And some people don't have the weight or the funds to go to their office to pay for it. So you can't say that.
In the head after you set everything up to do an amazing video, everything is set, and now you say, I missed my dad's wake. I have to go to the funeral. He's already dead, is he? I can go. I'm trying to give you an edited version.
No.
Abuse, and I'm keeping it real. To suffer that much abuse, it's just not okay.
For anybody who doesn't know, this is Sir John. He's a celebrity makeup artist who worked with people like Zendaya, Beyonce, and the list does go on. He also served as the first Black U.S. creative director for L'Oreal Paris, so he's not just anybody. Sir John put up on his podcast called the Naked Beauty Podcast. You guys should definitely check it out on YouTube. It's actually really good. And he's literally letting it be known that he's not a fan of working with Nicki Minaj. He says a bunch of his peers worked with her and they've been abused in some way. Nicki Minaj is such a huge entity that I can imagine a lot of people just letting her slide with her antics for the fear of being blackballed, which makes these kind of situations abuse. That part with suggesting somebody should miss their dad's funeral because they're already dead is crazy to me. I remember when everybody was going after Doechii because of that whole umbrella situation, and I was looking at that video like, yo, you guys are doing too much. This was not that serious. These claims against Nicki Minaj is that serious. And the reason why I bring this up is because Aiden Ross was one of the largest voices going after Doechii because of that whole umbrella situation.
I don't care what gender or race you are. If you're disrespectful to a 9-to-5 hardworking person, it pisses me off. You're a multimillionaire getting mad and raging and yelling at 9-to-5 workers. It's bullshit. It's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it out for what it is. Have patience. You're blessed to be making millions of dollars doing something you love in this world.
You can see how passionate he feels about what he just said, right? Check out this stream that he just put out a few days ago.
Sidebar, Aiden Ross don't like black women at all unless they're MAGA, so it doesn't surprise me.
I would love to do with Nicki Minaj. I love her. I love Nicki because she speaks her fucking mind. I love her for that. She's got a good heart, but I love Nicki. I would love to sit down with her and talk.
I'm going to give Aiden Ross the benefit of the doubt that he has no idea about these situations regarding Nicki Minaj, but I wonder if he'll change his tune once he does learn this.
Won't.
I really hope Nicki Minaj didn't do this because this is crazy.
I want you to do some makeup for Nicki Minaj. No. I have turned her down more.
Person who said there were people that agreed. And I'm trying to see if I can find it. There were some people that was like, yeah, we agree with Sir John Paul. He even has gotten threats from the Barbs, plethora of them. Let me go to his Instagram. He said they are threatening him. Let's see if I can find it, but he did get threatened for it. He was saying he was being threatened by the Barbs and stuff like that. But it breaks my heart to see her fail like this. I really, really hate it. I really, really hate it. Let me tell you what it is, because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm a hater to her. I don't hate her. I don't know her to hate her. Do I disagree with her? Absolutely. Am I bashing her? No. But am I calling out the obvious? After motherfucking freakily loosely? And if you don't fucking like it, you don't motherfucking like it. Oh, fucking well. Let's call it what it is. Okay? My issue is, from a woman that has been very, very, very vocal, very, very womanly. Oh, I'm with the women. That's yes. Come on, bitch. Da, da, da. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not gonna treat that woman like that. I'm with the women. I'm with the women. And she's not dumb. She's not. She's not. She's not dumb. But I will say this. And I wish y'all stopped saying they tried to lie on her, because that's not. It's the truth. I want to say this, and I want to be honest. What disappoints me is the grifting and falling to the knees to a man that don't want to help you. Let's talk about the Central Park Five, how he tried to get them boys unalive. Okay, let's talk about that. And for her to be from New York is crazy to me. I mean, I'm gonna show you some stuff. It's crazy to see. It's crazy to see. Like, a lot of them are just, it's weird. It's weird. I hate that for her. I do. I feel like she's grifting into politics now. She's grifting into that. And I want to tell you, Barb, something that's still standing with her. When she grifts, she's gonna be doing, and I see it I'm not lying. By spring and summer, she's gonna have a podcast about politics. She's gonna say some things you don't like and that she's going to agree on. And I want you to understand, you don't have to fall to face value for that. It's going to happen. You're going to be surprised. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Like, you're going to have that moment. It's okay. Stick to what you believe in. Don't grift off with her because what she's believing in, because she feel like she need protection. And I'm going to tell you something else. Now that they're losing, I want to let you know, them racist bigots that she's pondering to will be calling her an N-word soon enough with the ER. And it's coming. I don't want you to be surprised. I want to let you know. I want to share this unredacted. Where is that video? Did I send it to myself? No, I didn't. It's on Being Black. Black is lit. Lit. And give me a minute to find it. But they talked about the files. You know what? I don't have to go through all of that. I know where to go. And I really want y'all to start doing y'all research searches on these files before you come out here and claim people that are not in the files. And the reason why they had this conversation. I'm going to play something that this Asian man has said, and we'll get back to it because I want y'all to really research what's really the deal.
Former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done.
Like former Prince.
Here it is. Hold on. This is what I want you to see. And this is why she had a trial. She didn't have a trial because those were real. She had a trial because the name she put in there was a deflection.
Are Republicans so interested in Bill and Hillary Clinton? It's because they're trying to distract from the fact that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files thousands and thousands of times. In those files, there's highly disturbing allegations of Donald Trump raping children, of Donald Trump threatening to kill children. So I encourage your press to go look at these allegations. And I'm highly disturbed that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche just got the law wrong. Yesterday, he said, essentially, that it is not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, that's actually not correct. If Jeffrey Epstein was human trafficking minors for these sex parties, and you show up and patronize the establishment at that party, yes, you're guilty, because patronizing is part of the law, of the federal sex trafficking law. So Deputy General Todd Blanche just got that wrong, which maybe explains why they aren't investigating all these folks, including Donald Trump. He needs to read the law and investigate these people. He also needs to resign, not only for not knowing the law, but a massive, not only screw up, but the biggest privacy violation in history. They release a lot of pictures of minors unredacted, just violated the privacy of these girls. It is uncalled for what they did. The one thing.
Also, and they did because I'm going to tell you something before I end this. There were a lot of people looking at it, and a lot of them were saying, why would they show this to the girls? Like, why would they do that? Yes. So she has no protection. I'm going to show you some of the things he's done. He hasn't defended nobody.
Comment section and say, oh, don't sit here and say it's racism. It's not racism. Gavin Newsom is going to this dinner. The same Gavin Newsom that has been clocking Trump's tea and trolling the shit out of him since the day he stepped foot back as president of the United States of America. That Gavin Newsom, who hates Trump, he got invited to that dinner before this black man. Before MAGA come in this comment section and say, oh, don't sit here and say it's racism. It's not racism. Gavin Newsom is going to this dinner. The same Gavin Newsom that has been clocking Trump's tea and trolling the shit out of him since the day he stepped foot back as president.
And I'll play to you what he said about the Central Park 5. I don't see how she forgot that she was living in New York by that time.
Her life after a brutal attack in Central Park.
She is a white Wall Street investment banker. Her black attackers being called animals in the media.
Whose savage beating and gang rape has provoked outrage in a city.
It is the ages of the accused, 14 to 17 years old, and the horror of their alleged crimes that has caused a furor.
The defendants are about to have their 2 months in court. Raymond Santana, Yusef Salaam, Antron McCrae, they are finally through.
There's a rush to judge because there's a rush to solve the crime.
Yusef Salaam's arrest was at the center of the storm.
We became what was wrong. We became expendable.
Trump saw this classic tabloid story. He saw his role and his position instinctively. He knew in his heart that those guys were bad.
As in so many other areas, his attitude.
Remind you, those kids were supposed to have a parent present when and called their parents between the ages of 14 and 17 when speaking to an officer. They were not convicted. The guy that one of them was in prison with did it and knew about it. He said, I'm gonna tell the truth because I see what he's going through every day and I'm already facing life.
Towards race was shaped by his father.
He was being raised by a father who was discriminating against African Americans in the very first apartments with the Trump name. He was raised in this setting where the people of color and the Black people that he saw were people who were working for him. It was his father's driver.
They were just a very racist family. People of color, African Americans in particular, Jewish people, women were all considered fair game. And, racism, anti-Semitism, and misogyny were very common in my grandparents' house. And it was just the way it was.
Trump took out full-page ads in 4 city newspapers.
Trump took the extraordinary step of buying a full-page ad in 4 New York newspapers.
Trump's newspaper ads contribute to the city's racial polarization.
We hadn't even gone to trial yet. 2 weeks passes and we are essentially given a death sentence with this ad.
They should be executed for their crimes. I want them to understand our anger. I want them to be afraid.
And then he signs his name at the very bottom. People don't sign their name to things that they're not proud of.
Omarosa, do we have to talk about how she was the token in his footprint? Have you paid attention to Candace Owens saying she cannot stand behind him anymore? I want y'all to start paying attention. Defend who? Omarosa to this day, by the American people who agree with him, Omarosa is still called a horrible Black woman. Nasty vitriol. That's what they said. They said she's nasty. I had one person on my comment when I spoke of her. Oh my gosh, she's just so disgusting. Let me show proof.
A day where I would be rooting for a university above Donald J. Trump and his administration. But I don't recognize his administration right now. I don't recognize what's happening. I have a theory. I do. We were kicking around some theories earlier, me and the team, and we were going, how could Trump be such a free speech enthusiast and allowing these things to happen? Going after college universities, trying to suppress speech, while pretending that you're not suppressing speech, while pretending that you're fighting DEI. It's so messy. It's so obvious. Everyone knows what you're doing. People who are still trying to grift, I suppose, are not willing to challenge you on this, which is ridiculous, because when you are out of office, we are going to have to live with these consequences. Our children are going to have to grow up in this America. Okay. So when you threaten our speech, It's not worth it so that we can have pom-poms and go hurrah for a couple of years, then go, okay, well, yeah, now it kind of stinks because, oh, we're getting arrested for wrongthink. We got David Friedman. Yeah, arrest him. Arrest Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. Get them. I love it. And if you think it's going to stop with college campuses, you're out of your mind. So you better buck up and root for Harvard University in this fight. I know.
And then I'm going to end this video and go on to something else.
The reason why Trump keeps attacking black women, because they hold him accountable. They're the most united opposition to his power.
But why
I
leave
don't
the
go to
Department of
war.
Defense?
Listen, be quiet. Listen. You don't listen. You never listen. That's why you're second rate.
That was Donald Trump berating NBC reporter Yamisha Sendor. He hates when black women in the media question him.
On the campaign trail, you called yourself a nationalist. Some people saw that as emboldening white nationalists. Now people are also
I don't know
saying
why you'd
that
say
the
that.
president.
It's such a racist
There are
question.
some people.
What a stupid question that is. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
Are you going to include the Congressional Black Caucus and the Congressional
Well, I
Hispanic
would. I
Caucus,
tell you what. Do you want to
as
set
well
up
as
the
on
meeting?
civic-
Do you want to set up the meeting?
No.
Are they friends of
I'm
yours?
just a reporter.
It's the same thing with April Ryan. You talk about somebody that's a loser.
That was Trump attacking 3 black women White House correspondents, Yamisha Sendor, Abby Phillip, and April Ryan. He does it with black women in politics, too.
Maxine Waters is leading the charge. A seriously low IQ person.
He questioned Vice President Kamala Harris's racial identity, told Ayanna Pressley and Ilhan Omar to go back where they came from, and overruled black mayors Karen Bass in LA and Muriel Bowser in DC by sending in federal troops. And when they take him to court, he lashes out at New York Attorney General Letitia James and Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis. He even called federal judge Tanya Chutkan evil because she refused to put up with his foolishness. Now he's trying to purge black women from government.
Question, how is he protecting her?
Lisa Cook on the Federal Reserve, Carla Hayden at the Library of Congress, Gwen Wilcox at the NLRB, and thousands of others who have been fired this year. But it's not just high-profile women.
My name is May Wiggins. I was denied an apartment in the Trump buildings based on the color of my skin.
He refused to rent to black women in New York City, including Maxine Brown, Rennell Cash, Agnes Bunn, and May Wiggins. He targeted election workers Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss in Georgia.
Do you know how it feels to have the President of the United States to target you?
His policies have already cost more than 300,000 black women their jobs, and his judges have tried to shut down the Fearless Fund for helping black women start businesses. MAGA plays it off with fake AI images and excuses.
And the racism thing has to stop. Donald Trump dated black women.
But black women can see right through the bullshit. At least 90.
Just because you date a black woman for 2 or 3 days, or you lay with black women, that's the same as, and have a child, that is the same as the yeet women who don't like black women and sit here and push out black babies and mistreat some of their babies. And this is not all of them. Mistreat their biracial children.
22% of them voted for Kamala Harris. They hold him accountable, and that pisses him off. Malcolm X said,
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman.
But black women are also the most threatening to the establishment. From Harriet Tubman to Ketanji Brown Jackson, they've always held America accountable. If a random white man on the street told a black woman to shut up and go back to Africa or send his thugs to harass her, we'd be outraged. So why would we tolerate it from the President of the United States? Every time any one of us smiles in Trump's face or stands on the stage or normalizes racist, sexist, fascist behavior, we dishonor May Wiggins, Ruby Freeman, Letitia James, and all the black women who stood up to him from 1965 to 2025. We dishonor our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, and ourselves. From reporters to prosecutors to election workers, black women have risked their necks to protect our democracy. Now it's time for the rest of us to back them up.
I'm just saying, we have to be honest. I mean, Things he think about black women is concerning. So I don't want people to think I hate her. I'm just saying, as a black woman, to stand next to somebody that thinks like that of other black women is crazy to me. It's disheartening. And that's the problem. It's a problem. He doesn't like black women. And just because he's standing next to her, that's it. If you are vocal, if you talk about they don't, I mean, let's be honest. We have to be honest. So there's no hate towards her, but I'm concerned into why she thinks standing next to him is her protection. I'm more worried. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm worried for her because when the realization hits her that she was a pawn, I have a feeling Nicki's not going to take that very well and likely. I'm a little worried for her because the things that I read up on. I'm a little sympathizer or worried for her because when she finds out, it's really going to be, we're going to have to be like, girl, we told you. What else do you want? What else did you need? You was never going to be protected by this man. Never. So, yeah, I mean, the Barb's probably upset, but I'm just saying, y'all got to think about it. And y'all got to, instead of focusing on Rock Nation and Jay-Z, I need you guys to focus on the person she ran to and start digging and saying, maybe let me go see, because you have to, you know what I'm saying? Let's be for real. And I feel like it is a downfall. A lot of people have said that they are not supporting because of the fascism, the systematic racism, the undertones over. They can't get down with that. But let me tell you something. Look at the job. I want to show this to y'all about the job market. For her to say that it's booming for y'all, it is not. There is more black people have unemployed right now as of the rate of 2026. Black men and women included. The rate is 7.2 to 7.4%. This is the highest it has been since November of 2025. It has went up to 8.3. It is very high. It is very high. Look at this. Look. This is the highest it's ever been. They're pushing out black women out the workforce. Seriously, 7.3. That is high. 7.3 for black women. The same for black men. So don't think people hate her and all of that. Look at what you ran to. It's like a smack in the face. By December, black women were spending an average of 29.7 weeks or more than 7 months unemployed, the highest rate among every group of women and among all men except for black men, who was slightly higher average. Black men are now, it's not a 7.3, they're 8.3 or more. So that's the problem. And then nobody hates her. They're just stating the facts. And this is why a lot of people have jumped off the train. And a lot of people say, oh, it's the new. No, I've seen OGs, Barbs have jumped off because it's an effect to their pockets, their money, their freedom of speech, to be free of who you are. That's what this country stands on. And it's an issue. So Yeah, I am going to end this live. I will be back for mommy content, you guys. All right, mommy content. I know y'all be watching me for the mommy content, child. That slathered heifer. If y'all want some fun and some, tell you some bars. If y'all want some fun and something to laugh at, come back for mommy content. Oh, the heifer live. Let me end this live. Y'all come back for mommy content. Y'all want something to laugh at and dysfunctional? Come on over here. I'll give you something to laugh at. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Give me like 5-10 minutes. I'll be back. Bye, y'all.